Hi everyone, so today I thought I would talk about my guide to healthy hair. This is something that quite a lot of people ask me all the time about how I keep my hair healthy. So I thought I would listen and do this video. So the first one is coconut oil. This is something that I love to use on my hair. You can obviously use this in cooking. It's just as useful in the kitchen as it is in the bathroom. It's got so many different uses. But besides from cooking with it, I love to use this as a hair mask. So the night before I wash my hair, I just kind of smother my hair in this, particularly the roots, and then I just brush it through and then plait it and keep it in overnight. And then the next morning, after you've washed it, your hair is so unbelievably soft. And I just think this is such a great way to naturally nourish your hair. If you've got this lying around in your kitchen, why don't you try smothering your hair in it and seeing how it feels the next day after you wash it? Yeah, I should definitely say 100% wash it afterwards because you don't want to be walking around with greasy hair. That leads me nicely on to my second point, and that is conditioner. This is something that my mum and my grandma and possibly even my great-grandma used to always tell me when I was old enough to wash my hair myself in the shower, was leave the conditioner on for a few minutes. So it's something that I've always done and I do it now, but I don't know if everyone does it. So the first thing I do when I get in the shower is shampoo my hair, wash it out, then smooth the conditioner in, and you can gently use your fingers to make sure the conditioner is evenly through all of the whole length of your hair, all over. And I do use it on my roots as well. I don't know if everyone does that. And then my third thing for healthy hair is the Aveda Damage Remedy Split End Repair. As you know, I've used their Damage Remedy collection for such a long time, specifically their Daily Repair Serum. I absolutely love that range. It just seems absolutely perfect for my hair. But their latest release that I am so excited about, it's only just launched, is the Split End Repair. Now, this is like an instant fix for split ends, and I actually went to the salon this morning. My hair was looking horrendous and frizzy, and it does have a tendency to just be like, so it looked really bad. But we went in and we looked at all of these split ends, and then they washed it for me, dried it, normal blow dry as usual, and then we just smoothed this through the ends, and then you look and your hair is just so smooth at the ends and no split ends. It's like magical. I don't know how it works. One of the main ingredients and I love this, one of the main ingredients in this split end repair is quinoa. I love quinoa because it's so high in protein, so it's amazing for your hair, your skin, your nails. I mean, could you think of a better product for me right now? A quinoa infused split end remedy by Aveda. Absolutely perfect. It is like an instant fix, which is just absolutely perfect if you want that smooth, kind of healthy look, which we all want. Who doesn't want that? People actually always ask me where I get my hair coloured, and yeah, it's at Aveda, now you know. I've had it done there for a couple of years now, and I just love the brand because it's such it's like a wellness and lifestyle brand, and just seems to fit me perfectly. Moving on to my fourth point, it's brushing your hair. Now, this is again something that my family have always taught me from such a young age, is to not tug at your hair. It is quite a delicate thing, really. So if you're like brushing it straight from the roots down, like really yanking it, your hair's just gonna snap, it's gonna break. So I've just always tried to be as gentle as possible. Start from the bottoms, like brushing from there, and then once you've got those kind of knots out, then work your way up and be as gentle as you possibly can, and try not to brush it all the time. It is easy, like if you've got quite thick hair, like I've got quite a lot of hair, you want to brush it all the time because it's just knotty, like you can rarely even put your fingers through it. I mean, I can at the moment because it's so soft, but normally it's just like, So I know it's tempting, but just try not to brush it all the time because it really does damage the ends. And one tip as well is to not brush it a lot when it's wet, because your hair is more sensitive when it's wet, it's more prone to break. So I tend to, when I'm in the shower and have that conditioner in for a few minutes, I use my fingers to smooth it through rather than actually brushing it. And then when I get out the shower, it tends to be like quite smooth from doing that. So you can just still run your fingers through it gently, but try to avoid brushing it when it's wet. I know it seems like such a simple point, but it's so important because your hair, it will just snap if you're like really yanking it. So just be gentle. And my fifth thing that I do to keep my hair healthy is plait it at night. This I have been doing for so long. It was actually in my hair care routine video that I did, God, like over a year ago, maybe 18 months ago. And I just really like it because, I mean, you're not always gonna have the time to give yourself a perfect blow dry. I can't even give myself a perfect blow dry, but you don't have time to go to the hairdressers and have it done perfectly. So a way that I find to give my hair a bit of movement and keep it smooth is to just, when it's dry, normal, just plait it, French braid it from the top all the way down, sleep in it, and then in the morning you have these really gentle waves. So I don't bother curling it that often. I don't bother drying it with a hairdryer or anything. I just let it dry naturally. When it's dry, plait it, and then yeah, it's just such a great way as well to make sure your hair doesn't get really matted and knotty, because that's another thing. If you sleep with your hair down, you're most likely going to wake up with all these horrendous knots like at the back, you know, and it gets all matted and it just feels horrible like a bird's nest, and that's when you're going to get your hairbrush and start like yanking it and snapping the hair. So if you just plait it, it's going to be smooth. You take it out in the morning and you can still run your fingers through it. So that's one of my favourite points as well. And then my last point is food. So your diet plays such an important role in keeping your hair healthy. So back to the point when I mentioned the split end repair, the quinoa in there, the protein, it really is the protein in your diet that's going to keep your hair healthy. And being on a plant-based diet, I get asked by lots of vegetarians and vegans all the time how they can get a decent amount of protein into their diet, because it is something that I guess you do need to be a bit more conscious of when you're not eating meat. Quinoa is such an amazing thing to have in your diet for anyone, meat eaters and vegetarians, because it is so high in protein and you can use it in so many different ways. The problem with quinoa is I feel like there's still a lot of people out there that don't really know how to use it, and I've got such a simple recipe in my book, Eat Smart. It's so quick. It's called Quick Quinoa. I've got it right here. It's on page 142. So if you've got the book, you can open that up right now and have a look. It's so simple. It's just loads of chopped vegetables. I've got like aubergine in there, some onion, some cherry tomatoes, and then obviously the quinoa. And you just basically mix it all together, and the quinoa is so easy to make. You literally boil it like you would rice for about 15 minutes, so it's even quicker than rice. But also it's got spinach in there, and spinach is high in iron, which again is such an amazing thing for your hair to just keep it growing really strong and long. So yeah, I would recommend incorporating quinoa into your diet. And spinach, quinoa and spinach. So that's my guide to healthy hair. There's some really simple, easy things that you can do at home. And also I think it would be really nice if you share your own tips in the comments down below, because I'm sure you've all got your own little ways of keeping your hair healthy. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!
Weirdly, it was 4 years ago yesterday I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a form of blood cancer. Yeah, I was 24 at the time. So